Mr. Eric White, you ready today?
Good morning. I am ready.
Dude, it's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited. Guys, welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News presented by Summit Racing for November 23rd, 2025. It's crazy. The season's over, man. Drag and Drive season 2025 is over, but hey, this show's packed with a ton of banger stuff. We've got 2.5 weeks to PRI. Michael Westberg is getting a new motor. Drag and Drive racers are going to go take on the world's best at Lil Gangstas in Florida. And Sick Week starts in 10 weeks.
Off season is so short.
It's crazy. All right, dude, hit that intro. Let's do this thing.
All right, let's go.
All right, dude, you ready for this, man?
I'm ready. It feels like a Saturday on a Sunday.
It really is weird doing it on Sunday, but hey, we had to. I had a cheer competition yesterday that was literally all day long, dude.
Oh boy,
all day long, just it was brutal. So that's what happens. But dude, we couldn't skip this weekend. It's a lot of stuff happening in the Drag and Drive world. So if you guys don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I host this and the Drag Drive Repeat show on Wednesday nights. This Wednesday night, we've got a good show coming up, episode 131. So I hope you guys will tune into that. And my right-hand man, my co-host here, Mr. Eric White. What you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of the show and the news, everything Drag Drive Repeat related, the circuit related. Been loading up 6 summer photos. We're on 6 summer day 2 right now, so there'll be some more photos coming this afternoon. And man, just doing some artwork. Got some stuff going on for some other events that are outside the Drag and Drive community, which is always fun.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I see my mom's making comments in here. I want to say good morning to her. We got to spend the time with her yesterday. She got to hear all of that all day as well. She drove 4.5 hours to come watch both of my daughters compete in cheer, and they both won. Listen, we're just saying, winners. They're winners.
Yeah, can't beat that.
Well, it was pretty crazy. Like they cheer does, like do all the lifting the girls and all that kind of stuff. So my youngest daughter's junior high has typically won the strongman competition. I don't know what they call it, but it's like where they hold them up in the air, right? 3 girls hold 1 girl up in the air. I don't know what that's called. Somebody help me out. But they won it yesterday, beat high school teams and every other junior high that was in the area. So that was pretty awesome to watch them do that. And then they won their competition. And then my oldest daughter, also won her competition as well. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, good weekend, man.
Yeah. Pretty good day there. And then drove back home. It's only about an hour and a half down to the comp. So it was way shorter this time than it was last week when we had to go about 5 hours.
They don't put you on the mic there yet?
No, thank God. Thank God. The dude that does it is great. He's I think he travels around the country doing the announcing for that. But I wanted more hype. These girls were holding these other girls up for like 2.5 minutes. I mean, that's a long time,
Yeah.
It's like a 12 or 13-year-old holding up somebody that weighs as much as you do. I mean, it was 3 of them holding one, but it was pretty wild to see that. But there was no hype or emotion that was going on. I'm like jumping up and down in the seat. I'm like, let's go. You got to get that extra 14 seconds of time there. So anyways, it was pretty awesome. One thing I did see, speaking of race car friends, that we're going to jump into here in just a second. I saw a guy, but I couldn't get to him because there were so many people there. But he was wearing there's a drift event here in Northwest Arkansas, and he ran over, or he was just about 10 people ahead of me in this mass of people. And I was trying to get to him. I hollered out race car friends at one point, but He didn't catch on. So, guys, I just want to say thanks for being our race car friend. You guys are awesome. We appreciate all the stuff you do. We got some big stuff coming for you in 2026 that will be released at PRI. I'm excited about that. And thank you so much to our sponsors. We've had some great conversations with current sponsors and potential future sponsors leading up to our time at PRI and stuff like that. That seems to be a great opportunity to just talk to some potential sponsors and kind of cement some new stuff with all the stuff we have available now. It's a great time to get involved with Drag Driver Pete. Anyways, if you're doing some shopping, which I know everybody is going to be doing shopping this week, you're
Yes.
probably already shopping. Your other screen while you're sitting here is probably on looking at car parts. So while you're doing that, hit up Summit Racing, Deech Works. They've got a huge sale going on right now. Both of those folks, actually, Molly Motorsport, Driven Racing Oil, who we have a discount code with both Deech Works and Driven. So make sure you're using code DDR10 when you're on their sites. Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products. You know you need suspension pieces. You know you do. Don't lie. Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Eric has some bangers this afternoon or this morning with the Racing Junk Classifieds deal later on to end the shows here. So I'm kind of excited. Summit Racing, I've been spending a ton of time on their social media, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. They fuel your passion, save you money, deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. Find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And you can also find them on the On All Cylinders podcast, which we're going to talk about here in just a second, for more automotive discussions like what we got going on right here. From humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. And you can find everything at summitracing.com, or you can hop over in that little chat bar right over there. And for the folks listening on the pod, just jump on our Facebook. It is one of our pinned posts at the top. But you can jump in and use our affiliate code there for Summit Racing, and it helps us. If the product qualifies, we get a certain percentage, based on whatever deal they've made with whatever manufacturer. We get a little kickback of that. And so just a way for you guys to support us without changing whatever you're doing. All the same deals and everything like that works. It's just a basic pass-through. So anyways, let's talk about what's going on. And I need some of our race car friends to tag Travis Wise. Travis Wise constantly talking about wanting some cool daily. Okay. This is what Travis needs. He wants a dually. He wants something fun. The ex or old Power Nation TV host, Jimmy King, has built a turbo LS using all Summit LS parts, all that kind of stuff. Dually square body with a bed topper on the back. This thing looks bad to the bone. I love this thing. Said his goal is like 550 horsepower, overdrive transmission, all this stuff, just going to drive it all over the country. And I want to see this thing at a show, but I wanted to feature this so Travis Wise would hurry up and build himself a, something to drive there as a daily instead of whatever his normal daily is. I think is a F-50 truck. So
that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I would drive the hell out of that.
Right.
Especially if it makes 500, dude, that would be so much fun.
Right. That would be a ton of fun. Unfortunately, around here, the weather we get, we couldn't drive it as much. But down where you're at, you could drive this quite a bit.
I can drive this year round. Where you're at, you can drive this about 9 months.
Maybe.
Because we don't want you to ruin this thing right here. This, rust from the roads is for normal daily cars.
Yeah. And my truck tells that whole story, I tell you.
That's the way it goes. I see Wyatt in here saying him and the old man are excited for PRI, and who knows, I might have a treat for you guys. Dude, bring it on, man. I'm excited. If you guys don't know, we've got a booth at PRI. If you don't know that we have a booth at PRI, you're under a rock. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute as well. Yeah, stickers, all the kind of cool stuff that we got going on. But if you guys want to, onallcylinders.com or On All Cylinders podcast, I have a ton of great conversations on there. Our boy Justin Wiedemann on there talking to tons of different racers and builders across the country. And they just did a recap on SEMA, and it has me wanting to go to SEMA in a bad way.
Yeah.
They talked about all the fun stuff. And while you're on summitracing.com through the affiliate link we dropped, grab you some Drag Driver Pete merch. hoodies, shirts, big brim hats, and something else that's going to keep the sun off your face very soon. That should be offered hopefully before Christmas is kind of the talk. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. I don't know. That'd be a cool gift to give your favorite drag and drive racer as well.
Yeah, Tommy better have some of those for us at PRI. Just saying.
Dude, bring it on. We're ready. Somebody tag Tommy Dupree too. All right, man. Tell us about some of the drag drive repeat updates, though.
All right, so this is a good one here. We are 10 subs away from hitting 11,500 on YouTube. That is huge for us. Obviously, 11.5 in the grand scheme of YouTube isn't a ton, but for us, that's a big deal. So 10 subs away. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Let them know Drag Drive Repeat is your source for news and entertainment.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's really cool. We crossed 100,000 total followers a couple weeks ago, and it's just like, you and I were talking about this the other day. We've grown like 9,000 followers on Facebook in just a matter of a few weeks. YouTube is just a constant crank of people, like 20 to 30 a day. Typically, some days we'll have 70, then the next day we lose 20. All that kind of stuff. So. Big shout out to everybody that's following us out there. It's pretty crazy to think that people want to listen to us talk, man.
I think the biggest thing with Facebook is we load so much content to Facebook. And I think that's why we grow so exponentially there with all the photos and all the artwork and all that stuff. Really, we're always posting something on Facebook.
Yeah. Big shout out to Brian also. He has begun really pushing the TikTok side of stuff. So we've got 2 videos up over there. He's going to start dropping a reel a day over there. So, dude, who knows? Crazy. Who knows what it's going to be like by the time end of PRI in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. 2.5 weeks is crazy.
Figured we go ahead and run through this guest schedule that's on Thursday. Just as a plan, as of right now, Eric and I are planning to be in the booth in the afternoons. And so we're going to be running around in the mornings, talking to sponsors and doing interviews and all that kind of stuff at those locations. So if you're wanting to find Eric and I, particularly, come in the afternoons, but we have a slew of people that are working the booth during the mornings, and I can't say thank you enough to those guys. I can't wait to get that group photo. Dude, I got the packets this week. There's like literally 11 people that we're taking to PRI with us under the Drag Driver Pete name. I hope that as they're walking around and these people begin to see Drag Driver Pete on that tag so much, like, what is going on here? What is happening? So I'm really excited to do that. I want to say thanks to all those guys. They know who they are, coming to hang out. But Thursday we've got Mike Galemi from Hot Rod Magazine. Before we do the Drag and Drive Awards at 11, Mike's coming over at 9:30. We are going to live stream that right from the booth. Drop the Hammer, Carl Stansel will be in there at 1 p.m. So after we get back from doing the Drag and Drive Awards and make our way around to the sponsors, we're going to do that 1 p.m. Eastern. Then following up right behind him, Drop the Hammer has a ton of news that's going to be dropping. So it's not just about Drop the Hammer. There's other events. There's 2 events and then something else that he wants to talk about. He won't tell me about. He said there's just really, really big. So I'm kind of pumped. And then Redwood Rally right behind him at 2 p.m. Eastern, releasing their dates and tracks for their 2026 event.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Then on Friday, we're going to have Racing Junk Classifieds. We're actually going to be at their booth at 10 a.m. on Friday. Then we have Brian Wagner from Power Automotive Media at our booth at 1 p.m. We have Matt Frost from Rocky Mountain Race Week at 2 p.m. and Brian and Jess Havlick of Hot Rods by Havlicks at 3 p.m. So Friday is going to be a busy, busy day. So make sure you swing by, wave at us as we're live streaming, make faces at our guests, just have a ton of fun. We'll be at the booth again most of the afternoon there.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be over there. And I think kind of my plan currently, and you and I haven't talked about this at all, but is for us to alternate these a little bit, because I think we're going to have so many people come by, to get these super freaking awesome decals that we're going to be busy, right? It's going to be busy at the booth all day. And so I'm hoping that maybe you and I can alternate interviewing people, or, you do for 15 or 20 minutes with them, then I'll jump in for 10 or 15 minutes with them, things like that. So we can we can swap around as folks are there, because we want to talk to the people that are on the floor as well. But we also have all these announcements to make during all that. Oh, the Dirty Panda, he's going to be there.
Oh
He's going to be
yes.
there. He's going to be running around. He's going to be taking photos, videos, all that kind of stuff. He's actually looking for a sponsor. If you're looking for somebody to take really, really awesome photos of your booth while you're doing stuff, hit up Dirty Panda. So come see us, 4611. The first 100 people that come to the booth get a decal. But, the first 100 race car friends that come to the booth, people that come in the booth, you're going to have to ask for it. I'm just saying, or say, hey, what about that? What about that decal? What you got over there? And we'll make sure to get them.
And then we also are dropping the Drag and Drive ambassador nominations form tomorrow. So if you haven't done that, make sure you're doing that. And then toughest roadside repair nominations, we need to get all those in. It is getting down to the crunch time. We need to get all those nominations submitted so that we can go through them and decide who is going to be our winner for those.
The toughest roadside, that was one that came really right down to the morning of. We were conversating back and forth about who was going to be that, who was going to win that, what the story was, all that. So that's a pretty tough one, and the nominations we have are pretty stout right now. All right.
Yes.
And then of course, don't forget Summit Racing affiliate as well as the SICK magazine affiliate. So we are offering whenever you sign up, it's kind of the affiliate program with Summit. When you sign up for SICK the Mag using our sickthemag.com/DDR, you go in there, you sign up for the magazine that helps us, helps you, all that kind of cool stuff. So we're going to have, big displays and all that kind of thing that goes on there with all of the SICK the magazine itself. So
yes,
I need to hit them up, see if we can get a couple to maybe hand out or something like that, or to display with a beautiful hand model.
Oh, you mean something like this?
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. See those fingers? That's a beautiful hand model right there. All right, let's talk about some circuit stuff. We have our first class sponsor. I'm excited to announce that Chris Paget is back with Paget Performance. Last year, you guys will remember, he did the heavyweight class sponsorship there. We are switching it up. We only had a few cars in that class. He said, you know what? I want more cars. I want more people to duke it out. Let's do an overdrive transmission class, any weight, any tire, any overdrive transmissions except gear vendors. Now we don't. He said gear vendors don't count because they don't auto shift. He didn't say because they don't auto shift, but that's why I'm saying we don't want a gear vendor because they don't auto shift into overdrive. So gear vendor, this is going to be kind of no gear vendor. Sorry, this is going to be kind of cool because we're giving $350 to the winner and $100 to second place. Both of them get a trophy and all that kind of cool stuff. Quarter mile class. So it's going to be actually, you know what? I don't know if it's quarter mile or eighth mile. I was thinking overdrive would be quarter mile because you're going to be going fast. I'll message him. We'll be releasing that info on the circuitdnd.com and on the Drag Drive Repeat, the Circuit 2026 side of the page there as well. So thanks to Chris. We also have one other sponsor that's working on a plan to maybe cover the same class and same rules across 5 of the 6 events next year.
Oh boy, bring it on.
Yeah. So that could be kind of cool there as well. So hoping we can work that out. But again, thanks to Chris at Paget Performance in Kansas. We appreciate him and his support for the brand over here and the circuit event for sure. All right, sir. Let's talk about some event updates.
All right. Driven Racing Oil is the performance engine oil that can do it all. Driven Racing Oil is built for the demands of drag and drive racing. GP1 delivers consistent protection from the burnout box to the highway miles and in between. From classic hot rods to modern boosted builds, GP1's Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and race-proven additives keep engines alive for the long haul. Use code DDR10 for a 10% discount on drivenracingoil.com, and Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil is where you can see what events they're going to be at near you because they attend a ton of events throughout the year.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Ken D&D Life UK here says morning all from a cold, wet UK with zero racing. It's cold and wet here in the States too, buddy.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yep. So event updates, Michigan Miles, Sick Michigan Miles, they sold out in 15 minutes. How crazy is that?
Yeah, so I hope nobody complained about not being able to get in. 15 minutes, pretty awesome. This is an event that's on my list. I don't know if I can do it in 26, but I think this would be fun. I think it really sets a good standard for what you, or a good schedule for what you could do with some events across the country. I mean, we got 50 states.
Yeah.
Is this something you could just bing, 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 bing? You know what I mean? Like every state has a couple drag strips, probably.
Yeah.
This one here, dude, they had a blast last year. They're going back this year for sure.
Yeah. Good comment here, Ralph. Why don't y'all record your sponsor ad clips and play them instead of reading each time? We actually have something out
Yep.
on Facebook for race car friends to do our ad reads for us, and then we would play them so that you guys don't have
Yep.
to hear us do that each and every week. So we are in the process of working on that.
Yep.
Just need a little bit of time to go through the submissions and decide who's going to do what ad read, but great suggestion.
Yep. And my plan is to do like what we do with Howard's cams and just have a video overlay somebody else's voice. So big shout out to the folks that have turned those in. I appreciate those. I'm trying to get through them. I didn't think it'd be this difficult. Like everybody's done a good job. So I'm like, I think I may actually produce a couple for each one and then we just kind of alternate through. So I don't know. We'll see.
There we go. Casey here. Morning, guys. Leaving from bragging rights at Rockingham.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I had a import madness or something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, sick week, bro. 72 days, 10 weeks. Are you ready? Like literally. No, that was yesterday. Because like we're gonna be February 1st. That's a Sunday, right? No, it is a Monday. So yeah. Gonna be
Crazy.
pretty wild. No, February 1st is a Sunday. So yeah, literally 10 weeks from right now. Everybody's going to be at sick week 2026.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like we've talked about it before, but that leaves your off season like 10 weeks and that's it. So if anybody hit Southeast Street and Yeet and is planning sick week, man, you got 10 weeks to get ready.
That is insane. That is insane.
And don't forget, you got, two major holidays in there. So if you're working on your car, really cut that down to about what, 8 weeks of working time?
Maybe. You get down to where it's that hour a day stuff really starts adding up, and that's the truth. I mean, imagine being guys that haven't even started working on their car yet. That are like, oh, it'll be fine. We got plenty of time. Oh, 10 weeks. Oh shit. Scared. So that's pretty awesome. The next event that's up for next year, Central Victorian Dragon Drive, March 26th through 28th. It's the first event in Australia to kick off, and can't wait to see all the stuff they got going on there. It's going to be awesome. They're going to do at least 2 events next year, maybe 3.
Yeah, pretty crazy. And then the Drag Drive Repeat Street and Strip Series, number 1. This is our single day events that we've been talking about. Mother Road Mayhem, April 12th, which is only 142 days away.
Man, it sounds so far when you say that, but like, here's the struggle we have with Dragon Drive. Now, I want people to listen to me. This is soapboxing a little bit here, but think about the difference there. We have 70 days until sick week. Then we have 50 days or another 70 days till there's another event here in the States. So you have more than 2 months with nothing going on in the States. There is an opportunity for somebody to fill that gap right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's even closer than that is the Circuit 26 registration. You don't have that in here, but I know that is really quick.
So let's see, if 70 days is sick week, and we're doing registration on the 16th, that's got to be what, 15 days before that? So 55 days.
Yeah,
55
days. Roughly 55 days.
Scary.
Are you ready for that?
No, not at all. I mean, yes, we are, but just
physically, yes, mentally, no.
Man, well, you just start thinking about what you need to get done, like, because there's a lot of people who don't even know about the circuit. We got to let them know about the circuit. So we have 55 days to get them to know, because man, there's nothing worse than finding out an event finding out about an event and it sounds awesome. You've done all your research, like, yeah. And then they're like, it's sold out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we hit that usually pretty hard once we come back from PRI. We get through PRI season and then we jump
yeah.
right into the circuit.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a month from the time we get back from PRI until the circuit registration opens.
Yeah. So
So,
probably daily post
yeah.
for that.
Yeah. What's pretty cool is like we have this is going to be bad for new people, I promise you. But the Circuit 2025 racers, their co-pilots get an opportunity to sign up if they want to race for the Circuit 26. Okay. So last year we did 151 people, 152 people right out of the gate that were returning racers and co-pilots. I'm also allowing the circuit or the short circuit racers to pre-register early registration, letting them do that as well because they came and supported an event that we put together in a month. So I'm gonna let them have a spot there if they weren't in the original. So that should be another, I would say 10 or 12. So now you're like 100 and say 150. That leaves 50 spots.
Right.
Early listers get early listers get an opportunity before it goes public, and the people that signed up for the Circuit 25 but didn't show up, they get early registration as well. So man, there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on there. I don't know if we'll make it public this year. So if you aren't on the early list, you need to jump over to the circuitdnd.com and find the early list, sign up there on our contact page and submit your stuff now. I've been gathering all those emails, and that will begin this week. I'm taking an easy week this week, but I still have a lot of stuff on my plate to do. So anyways, I'm really excited about this Mother Road Mayhem. I'm kind of leaning on a lot of fun names like that. I'm working through the name of the third event that'll happen in August right now. We'll begin kind of talking about it later. But these single day things, I think this is going to be good for us bringing in new people because it's going to allow us to introduce Drag and Drive in a format that maybe, look, there's a lot of folks out there that are scared of a week long event. They don't
Yes.
know they don't know if their car's going to make it. So you start telling them, hey, we're going to drive 60 miles. They're like, oh, well, I can do that. 60, 80 miles, something like that. And with Route 66 and Tulsa Raceway Park being so close, I mean, they're 3 miles apart. That's going to be our goal. We're going to go one direction for Mother Road Mayhem. We're going to go another direction for the one in June. And then we're going to go a different way. We may make a loop. I don't know. We may back and forth and crisscross Tulsa Raceway Park for the third one. But it's going to be fun. And people are going to you're going to make a pass in the morning. You're going to do the drive and then a pass in the afternoon, and those will average, and that will set the standings. It's going to be easy classes, light stuff like we did with the short circuit. So it'll be really just a time to bring in a lot more people because there's going to be folks at this Motorama, which is like a cars and coffee style event, just to hang out, test and tune, open, have some fun. So we're stepping up big time in 2026 to bring in as many people as we can for the Drag and Drive community.
Yep. So for 2026, that puts us up to 28 events already on the schedule. You can find that full schedule at dragdriverepeat.com/event list 2026. So head over there and see what's going on for 2026, and we will update that as we get new dates. Obviously, at PRI, we're going to have some new dates rolled out, so that will be constantly updated. So make sure you keep checking on that.
Yep. All right, man. I got to quit talking. We got to roll. Thanks to Driven for all the stuff they do for us. Deechworks, man, I can't wait to hang out with these guys at PRI as well. Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. They are the official fuel delivery system. Say that 3 times fast. For Drag Drive Repeat here, the DW product line includes fuel injectors, pumps, rails, regulators, filters, lines and fittings, surge tanks, and pump modules, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 3,000 horsepower. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, Deechworks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. And you can also find them deechworks.com. Screenshot this thing here so you know how to spell it. And then DDR10 is your 10% discount code over there as well. All right, AFCO Racing Products. Racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling, brakes, and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers for racers. Check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win. Let's talk about Lil Gangsters, bro. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, you made
Huge,
a
huge deal.
Yep, you made a post trying to see who was going to be from the Drag and Drive community heading to Lil Gangsters at the Winter Series. So Rick Steinke in the Honk If Parts Fall Off is going to be there. That's 850 car that just put some numbers down this year and tied the record. Didn't beat it, tied the record, which we've talked a bunch about. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, and this guy, if you need, and this guy knows how to tune to get to the number, obviously. And I think with the level of cars that are going to be there, I mean, dude, they just had 120 something cars at two. They had 60 something at one race and 50 something at another race. Uh, Two completely different parts of the country for this Little Gangsters deal. Michael Hollis won. Hang on. I don't know if he's going to be there or not. I have messaged him to ask, but he just won his sixth Little Gangster win over the weekend. Like, bro, surely this guy's going to Little Gangster. Surely.
You would think with that record, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think for sure. Travis Cannon coming out of retirement says he's going to be down there. Wouldn't tell me what he's bringing though. So Travis, if you're watching this, good luck, buddy. I hope to hang out. I'm hoping to get down there. I may have to burn one of those flights I got to go down. This is going to be crazy. I mean, there's just so many drag and drive racers that are going to be there with this. Travis and I spend a ton of time at Midwest Drag Racing Series, and then he's at Tulsa Raceway Park quite a bit, tuning on Jamie Hernandez's little 530 index BMW. So they're not taking the BMW, but he'll be down there with that.
Yep. And then Jimmy Reinhart and the perfect Patina Nova also going to be there as well.
Yeah. I love this car. I love it. I first met him at Sick Week 2022. He was one of the guys that was standing there waiting to see if he could get a spot. And man, just a favorite Nova. I think we have an affinity for those things for sure.
Yes. This next one is really cool here. You got so Shift Point has created a YouTube channel with his son Riley, drag racing Hot Wheels. How cool is that?
Dude, it was pretty cool, man. And Riley's young. He's probably 3 or 4 years old, something like that, maybe 5. I don't think he's 5. But he came to his dad, said, "Hey, I want to start a YouTube channel." And so that's what they're doing. They're drag racing Hot Wheels on the front porch, bro. I wish my kids had been into Hot Wheels because I'm telling you, it'd have been on. We'd have done this as well.
Yep. So like you said, it's called Front Porch Racing because they set up the track, as you can see there for those watching on YouTube here, right on the front porch. So their first video was a heads up single elimination drag race with Riley's random 16, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
A truck won it all. So, we were hooked on that.
Yeah, instantly. And I messaged Jacob after that and I was like, dude, you need to run 8, 16 qualifier and then run a top 8, like with all just the winners I was like, man, listen, we can build this out however you want to. We can build it out. What's funny is the day before I see all of this and all this goes down, right? My neighbor next door runs a local car charity, car shows, cars and coffee, all that kind of stuff. He bought a literal push button start Hot Wheels drag race setup, with timing and everything, right? So complete nerd stuff. He said he's going to start a racing series in the shop next door to my house, 100 feet from where we're sitting right here. We're going to run a series all winter. So
nice.
We're going to have some good content come from that. So it's going to be kind of fun. I know, dude, look, hundreds. What people can't see behind this green screen right here.
Right.
If you go way back to when this channel first started, there's 150 Hot Wheels behind me. Oh yeah, dude. Listen, if you don't get those out in drag racing, I'm gonna be upset.
Listen here.
And then I've got another couple hundred on the wall here and just in storage, just set up, ready.
What I think would be really cool is to get a PO box or get a donation set up to where people can get Hot Wheels, send them there and have
Yep.
those participate in the race. How cool would that be?
I've already messaged him for the address.
Yeah.
I said, man, I said I need to see some of my Hot Wheels run on that track, dude. Give me the address. So it's not a PO box, so I'm sure he's getting that set up because I'm sure he's had that message to him. But that was exactly what I thought of, man. Imagine being like 4 years old and people from around the world are sending you Hot Wheels that you'll race against your Hot Wheels. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the world we live in nowadays. Pretty cool stuff. So and of course, since I've watched that, now there's all these things showing up on my TikTok and Instagram of all these other people that do, big crazy uh, tracks and all that kind of stuff and race these Hot Wheels. So, anyways, big shout out
Really
to
cool.
Shift Points and for doing this for his kids. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Drag
dude,
racing
that's
in my
exactly
budget.
right. This deal my neighbor set up could be pretty cool. Like it's got a full start button and everything, so it could be pretty fun messing with that. So, anyways, big shout out to him. I hope all the success. He said, "Man, if this gets big enough, we can maybe it'll pay for my racing." I said, "Shoot, it'll fund that kid's college if you let a bunch of car guys know about it."
No kidding.
Yeah, we just need a reason for winter racing. So, in the past we've ran some heads up eliminations, Hot Wheels racing at the circuit and the streetcar shootout we used to do as well. So, hey, sounds like we're getting all that stuff back out.
I
So
dig
big
it.
shout out to AFCO guys. If you don't know, we're right next to them. They're in booth 4601 with the Steve Morse Boostmaster at PRI. We are in booth 4611. Literally, the corner of the side of our booth will be touching there. So I'm excited about that being that close to such a big drag and drive car, but also all the folks that will be coming in will be like, oh, well, there's drag driver Pete right there. I'll just go hang out with those guys too. So, anyways, we'll see you guys. See AFCO racing here in just 2.5 weeks.
Dusty and Christy do this for New Year's. It's a lot of fun. See?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm in.
awesome.
I think that would be a blast. I'd have to clean my shop out to do it, and I'm just not ready to do that yet. Plus, if he's going to have it, he'll have to keep his shop clean. So, bring it on. All right, man. Let's move into some Car Chains 3D stuff.
All
Car
right.
Chains. Yeah, I'll let you read. I read the last two. Sorry.
Car Chains 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce one-off keychains of that special person's special car. Find more at carchains3d.com or on social media by searching carchains3d on Facebook or Instagram. And we talk about it all the time. It's not just keychains, it's uh, tons of mounts is what kind of he's been hammering on lately. So all different mounts for all different EFI systems. So definitely go check him out for all of that stuff. He is always posting new stuff.
Yep. Have you seen these? Did you
Yeah.
see? Dude, I love this. I love this. So if you guys are listening on the podcast, just go jump over on YouTube. These are custom printed buttons. You can put anything you want on these little button screens. He ship them out to you. I love the blowing up one. I think that's the one that Steven pressed whenever he was racing the old truck at Rocky Mountain Race Week Mega Week.
Probably.
Yeah, he definitely did. Where's the piston delete button? That's the one Steven needed.
Yep. Yeah, those are super cool. So we did talk about Sick Michigan Miles just a little bit ago, selling out in 15 minutes. So we're just going to run through the schedule here. So Monday, August 17th is day 0, which is tech and testing at Mid Michigan Motorplex.
Yep, and then day 2, obviously, day 1. Sorry, day 1 of racing at Mid Michigan. This place is awesome. It's probably a top 5 track for me. I love. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and it will be pristine in August.
Yeah. Day 2, Wednesday, August 19th, is going to be at Northern Michigan Dragway.
Yeah, this one here is way up in that hand, way up in there. So then you get a drive day that will that's day 3. This day, I don't know what their route is. Obviously, they haven't released that or anything. But man, last year they went like over by the coast and did a bunch of really, really cool stuff and across big bridges and everything. So the drive day for them is a lot like drive day for Rocky Mountain. It's purpose for that, so you can kind of take your time and enjoy it.
Yeah. And then after drive day, you get to day 4, Friday, August 21st, Ubley Dragway.
Yeah, that's where we had Heads Up Hustle too. So and I think they were at Ubley last year. Man, great track, really cool, kind of a Mocan kind of feel. And then you go to Lapeer International, which I love Lapeer. Stacked containers all down the side of the track that they were building out like some suites and rooms and storage and all that kind of stuff there. So it's pretty cool.
Yep. And then wrapping up Sunday, August 23rd, day 6 back at Mid Michigan Motorplex. So you got
Yes.
Monday through Sunday there. So it's going to be a busy week.
Yeah, full week. That's 7 days, right? Full big
Yeah,
long event here. And gonna get to see all of Michigan, more than 1,000 miles of driving, and you never leave the state of Michigan.
pretty wild.
Pretty wild. So I figured I'd grab a couple cars that were on the Sick the Mag post from Derek the other day, asking who all got in and all that kind of stuff. So Tom Llewellyn, who usually runs the Sick merch truck, the trailer, the merch truck there is actually racing this year in a highway patrol Fox body.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that'd be kind of neat. And then Clutch Burners podcast, dude. If you're not watching that or listening to those guys, man, you got to do it. We have to peer pressure Bill and Rich into doing more of these. They're only on episode 41 or 40 after like 2 years of doing this, dude. They'll take like 3 or 4 months off, and I know those guys are busy, but damn, I love this thing, man. It's a great time. It's only stick shift racers. It's a lot of drag and drive stuff. This week they had CJ Roberts on, and tons of great stories, man. Like I always wondered what the orange fender was. Well, it's because that was from his first car that his dad gave him. He painted the car, this new car, and didn't want to cut a hole in it for the exhaust because he was getting ready for an event or something like that. So he grabs the orange one off the wall and puts that on the car. Never knew that story. Thought that was pretty cool. And then now has covered the hole that he cut originally. And I think he's leaving the orange fender on. So it's pretty neat.
He said, "We're getting on it."
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We need that for sure. CJ did a great job. Obviously won the stick shift class at Southeast Street Meet. They talked a little bit about that. They talked about the history of the car. They talked about his, the progress that car's been in. And what's crazy is his first Hot Rod Drag Week was 2014 when he was right here in Tulsa. So, like, me and a guy named Brian Lawson went over that day in Tulsa when they were stopped here, and hung out with all the folks that obviously didn't know anybody, didn't know anything. Um, and I went back through my pictures that I posted on Facebook, and there were only a few, but I didn't see CJ Roberts' car in the middle of all that. So, but it's pretty wild to think that there's, he's been doing it that long. So 2014 did NA stick shift. 2019 he had a turbo on the car, and then now, of course, car is capable of 7 seconds and all that kind of stuff. So pretty freaking cool. But I wanted to show these pictures of the build now. Look how nice that is, dude.
That is very nice.
Oh man, it's so nice. And then look at this plumbing. I want people, hang on, I'm gonna put this full screen because I want people to understand how hard that is.
Yeah.
That's very time consuming. Very,
Yeah.
and nobody's ever gonna look at that more than 4 seconds. But dude, for the guys that appreciate that,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
badass. Just badass. So pretty cool to see him do that. One thing that I thought was really neat, he did no trailer, drove on the radials, even in the snow on day zero. As he was driving there, it was snowing on him.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
pretty wild.
yeah.
So that kind of brought up kind of a cool, interesting point here. How many stick shift cars participated in national event classes?
Yeah, so 188 is what I pulled up. Now, I didn't go further because I just wanted a quick number. I thought that was a bunch for, 4 days or more of racing in a dedicated class. Now, who knows how many were in like DYO or,
Yeah.
SME or something like that, because events don't collect that data. But 188 in a dedicated stick shift class, that tells you something's going on, man. Stick shift racing is big time.
Yeah, because you go back, 5 years, and there might not even been dedicated stick shift classes.
No, I don't think there was.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Rich, who's here in the comments with us, said there could be 6 to 7 cars that are certified and capable of running 850s at Sick Week.
Yeah.
Stick shift cars.
how cool is that we're now looking at like competitive 850 stick shift cars?
Yeah,
Like,
no
can we have
kidding.
are we going to have an 850 index stick shift class? Like, is that what we're looking at next? With 6 to 7, you probably could, like, so there's some cars that are going to be really fast at Sick Week. And obviously, I mean, these cars, like they can't turn in a slip quicker than 850. So that creates all kinds of drama, especially for stick shift guys. So,
Yeah, Terry here saying, "Wish I was working on race cars instead of plow trucks." I hear that.
yeah. Yeah. Going to be
All
pretty
right.
awesome. Yeah. Big shout out to Rich and Bill for doing that. CJ Roberts was a great guest as well.
Yep. So big shout out to Corey at Car Chains 3D. Again, if you need any mounts or even anything that you just think could be 3D printed to make your life easier, make your car better, reach out to Corey Nicholson. He can, I guarantee you, he can come up with something that ideas popping
We'll
around in
make
your
it work.
brain. He can make
Yeah.
it. Yep.
That's right.
All right. So again, we're about a little, well, I guess we're farther than I thought we were into the show, but appreciate everybody in here making comments, especially, on a Sunday morning here, switching it up a little bit, but appreciate all of our race car friends and look forward to seeing all of our race car friends here in 2.5 weeks that are going to be at PRI. And of course, our sponsors. We say it all the time, but we can't do it without them. Holiday season is coming up. If you're doing some shopping, please check out these companies here. If you need discount codes, we've got some of those. We've got affiliate links, and we can just get you in contact with whoever you need. Maybe you need to ask some questions or anything like that. Reach out to us. We will get you in contact with the right person. Thank you, Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performabuilt Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk.
Oh, for sure.
Ken here saying my next car will be an 850 stick shift in the 8th.
Yeah.
All right. So then jumping into the Molly Motorsports segment here. Attention high performance enthusiasts and racers. Meet the Molly Motorsports Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for power packed performance. What sets Molly apart? It's their forged pistons, Grafal coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Visit mollymotorsports.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled Mahle.
Oh, for sure. All right. Well, I'm going to play the Howard's Cams video and then we'll get into some community segment.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Harris from the Monoxide Podcast. Real quick, Howard's Cams was founded as a racing cam manufacturer almost 80 years ago when Howard Johansson created Howard's Power and Racing Equipment in 1945. Howard's Cams has always used on-track experience to design the most powerful designs, and today they have an even greater group of experienced racers in circle track, drag racing, road race, mud bog, and marine. They use all this input plus the most advanced computer software to design the most competitive race-winning products. From pioneers in drag racing and oval track to cutting-edge marine development, Howard's Cams is at the forefront of the industry. So make sure to reach out to our friend Luke B for your next valve train upgrade.
And big shout out to Harris for doing that voiceover.
Oh,
We were
absolutely.
talking about that earlier. We're going to have some more of those roll out, but big shout out to Harris. He actually stepped up and is having a booth at PRI. He's going to be over in the Green Hall at booth 7216, and he sent me a list of guests he has. Dude, stacked, bro. Like big name across the industry. What's cool about Harris's deal is kind of like you with Motorsports Paparazzi. He couldn't cover everything. Here at Drag Drive Repeat, we're focused on the drag and drive stuff, but over there, dude, it's all the stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Terry Scott here, local, like I said, local to me here. He did drive his stick shift Galaxy today. I see that thing driving around town all the time. He definitely drives it. It's I love that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
Mr.
And then
Tom Bagley in
Bagley.
here.
What up? Appreciate him stopping by this morning. And then the patriarch, Mr. White, right here in here this morning saying morning, boys. Appreciate him stopping by.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Jeff.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's jump into some stuff. You guys saw a sneak peek just a second ago, but Michael Westberg got a new motor coming over from Ace Racing Engines for the Camaro.
Phew.
Bro,
Heck yeah.
billet block. Did you hear me? Billet block.
Yep.
It's got water ports in the head. No, it's what do you call it? He said solid block wet head for his drag and drive setup. This thing gonna be bad. You'll remember last year this car ran 4.0s the first time it went out.
Right.
On look, Street Week Sweden has 2 good tracks, and then the rest of the time it's like airports and stuff like that. So this is it's gonna be badass, dude. It's gonna be
Yeah.
badass.
He hasn't been back to the States since he got this car, right?
Not racing. He's been back several times over here, vacationing and stuff like that, but not racing. So I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Said Ken said he was chatting with Michael in Sweden and he is very excited. Oh, dude, I hope so. Who knows
Yeah.
what this thing's gonna make?
Right. That engine there probably costs more than everything that's sitting in my garage right now.
Shh, don't say that. Yeah, all that stuff you have in the garage is very expensive too. Your wife needs to know that if something ever happens and she has to sell it, she has to call me.
This next topic here has been the thing that's been popping off for the last few weeks now, and
Dude.
that is our 8th mile conversation.
Man, I mean, look, I think people are ready to fist fight, dude. So
Right.
it was crazy. So Scott Thompson went over and like made a post on his own page, and this is kind of where this comment comes from. Obviously, I like that we're chasing quarter mile records, and look, the overall record is going to fall into the 5s at Sick Week. That's what's going to happen. There's so many cars that are coming that are capable that it's going to happen, and I love that. Right, this whole conversation started with Devin, who is a 8th mile racer, and you guys have to keep in mind. And one thing, I don't think Brian edited it to include us talking about drag and drive racers, which has, I mean, obviously IHRA going to 8th mile has everybody fired up. A lot of the older gentlemen that have raced for a long time, quarter mile's the only way to go, blah, blah, blah. If you're scared, blah, blah, blah. But listen, these are street cars. So like there's sacrifices made on the drag racing side to keep this car street worthy. Like at what point is it real? I mean, it's just this whole conversation. So the purpose of us talking about it this morning is to try and kind of lay some of it to bed a little bit, but then also because I'm ready to move on with life. But I think a better question would be when are we going to see big events like Rocky Mountain Sick Week, Hot Rod Drag Week begin to offer like an 8th mile class only? And if they did, would we see some more big names and really fast cars come in? Because you take a guy like Ron Rhodes that races 8th mile only in X275 or Pro 275. I can't remember which. I think it's X275. Would that guy bring a car in that could run 370s, 380s consistently if he only had to run the 8th mile? But because he only races 8th mile, typically with the X275, is he like, man, I'm going to bring a slower car and enjoy my time? So again, just how does the sport grow to that next level? Like, how do we get up to that next level? So that was my thought. Like, is this an open conversation with me and you, obviously, and the people in the chat, and what will end up being the folks in the world? Should like when will we begin to see events offer an 8th mile class, alongside a quarter mile class?
Yeah. And this made me think of a good question for you and for us. How, if that were to happen, how would that change our world championship points? Because right now we only allow 1/8 mile event in there.
Yeah.
So then we would have to change kind of our rule sets on that as well. But is it the right call?
Well, and I think it goes back to that. That's a great question. And I had not really thought in depth about that because let's be honest, if you've got a 750 car, because that's kind of the number we were talking about in the videos, was like 750 and quicker goes to 8th mile. Those cars can only run 8th mile. But if it's a choice, Oh, well, I hope we have that problem, to be honest with you. I hope we do. I hope we have that. That's a problem that we have in 2027. It's not going to be in 2026 for sure, but maybe in 2027. I hope that's a problem we have.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll adapt as we go through. It's, that's what we say with the rules that we put in place. When things need to be updated, we will, but it definitely would change kind of the structure of that as well. But it would be interesting to see, if that happens, who would choose to run that, especially, a lot of those unlimited cars, are they gonna, do an 8th mile?
Yeah. And how would you, I don't know. It's really it's a great topic, and I didn't mean for it to bring so much hate, but it has, which, man, blows my mind.
Is it hate or is it controversy?
Dude, some of it's hate. Have
I was
you read
gonna
the
say,
comments?
I haven't read them all, but some of them,
There's some people that are not nice.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the internet. You can say whatever you want without getting
Yeah.
punched in the mouth.
Yeah, and what's great is when you reply back and they don't come back and argue. They don't try. It's just like, I just wanted to be mean for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that. Anyways, all right, moving on.
Yep, Doug here in the nasty 88 orange Mustang. He asked in our race car friends group, he said, "Hey guys, I would like to know how many people use balancing beads in the front tires, or should I use tape weights?" So this was another good post with lots of conversation within there as well.
Yeah, he messaged me and I said, I have no idea. Like, dude, no idea. And so I said, man, please ask in the group, because there's a lot smarter people in there. Like David Yurkowitz, that I've got them in my car for fronts and the street rears. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Again, not something that I know anything about. My camera doesn't have any kind of weights needed in it, so
No balancing beads on the
Yeah.
camera. Maybe you need some. Would that help
Devin
your reaction time?
maybe. Devin Vanderhoof said, "I run them in the rear tires for race and street as well."
Yep. And then Mike Chenoweth said front and rear here in that twin turbo Challenger, Charger, Roadrunner, something like that. Big improvement, and no worries about losing a wheel weight or a tire spinning on the wheel causing balance issues. Thought that was pretty cool analogy.
Yeah, and then Rick Steinke, I use them on my drag week car. Current tires are up to like 12,000 miles and 700 8-second passes at this point. How cool is that, though?
Dude, bro, come on now. That dude's going to be down there. Lil Gangstas 530 stuff going on. It's going to be bad to the bone.
Yeah. So this was interesting. I didn't really even know this was a thing before this post.
Yeah, so I knew about them, and it made sense, because there's a lot of times, if you guys watch like the Mickey Thompson trailer, Jason's over there trying to, they're having to break the tires down and move them around the rim a little bit, trying, if something's way off a lot. So, at events. So if you figured out what weight you needed, like let's say you needed, I don't know what, a 10 ounces or so, it's probably too much, 10 grams, whatever. And, you just threw that in there, would it balance itself? And I would think so. But somebody did say that the struggle is it takes, you've got to be moving that tire for those beads to move around and get where they need to be. So as you launch, that's not going to help. But generally, I would think by the time you get to 60 or 100 feet, which is the problem you're really having, let's say that's where your shake is, the beads would help kind of counteract that a little bit.
Yeah.
So great question, man, Doug. Thank you for asking that over there. Learned a lot myself. Just like Ken said here, never heard of it. More to learn. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All righty. Dude, Carl Scott, big name in drag and drive. I don't know if y'all know who this dude is. The first winner of Hot Rod Drag Week. Bringing the Nova back to drag and drive now. If you guys remember, the Honey Badger won the first drag week. He built a tribute car after wrecking that one, or not a tribute car, but a similar car. It's going back together. This new car is going back together. Going to have a blower on it, like what he's always run. I think it's like an 8.3 liter blower or something. It's the biggest blower Whipple makes. It's going to be in this car, so it's going to be badass. He says he's coming back for drag and drive. So I've been trying. He lives in Kansas or northern Oklahoma or something. I've been trying to talk him into coming to the circuit 2026 with that car, as a shakedown.
Bring it on.
Yeah, please bring it on. So Carl, if you're listening, let's go, buddy. Hey, everybody over in the chat, tell Carl, come on, let's we want to see him at the circuit 2026.
Yep.
And he's been racing. Well, I think he's been cruising. He's been making passes in these two wagons at sick events. He did Six Smokies in the multicolored 57 wagon, and then he did 666 in the big long roof, whatever that is there on the left. So, bring it on.
Yep.
Tell us this next deal.
Yeah, so Steve Trance messaged us and said the Mustang is now at Dustin's house, so he can do some testing ahead of 2026 events. So they just didn't have the chance to make the test passes to be prepared for the limited passes they got at Drag Week, which we talked a bunch about. But since the Mustang is at Dustin's, Steve has the twin turbo F-150 in Florida, which is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, Steve's going to be beating up on people down there in Florida with the truck. He didn't drive the Mustang much, I don't think, on the street, but I think he's going to drive this truck quite a bit. Twin turbo Coyote setup, truck runs super quick.
Yeah.
Tom Bagley here says, I've seen beads in tires on a buddy's truck in Florida. Couldn't get the wheels to balance. The beads in the tires sorted it right out. That's awesome. And hey, Bucket List Mob in here saying good morning, fellas. Man, I can't wait to hang out with them at PRI as well. Another great brand that is focused on some drag and drive stuff and just living their best life, man. So,
yeah, listen, I wore my Bucket List Mob shirt to work on Friday, and definitely got a few comments on that they liked. What does it say?
7 days a week. And
yeah,
Sunday isn't one of them. Yeah.
Yep. That shirt. Every time I wear it, I get comments on that, so people love it. So definitely appreciate Bucket List Mob for the shirt, because I always get attention when I wear that. People love it.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, people can sense when stuff is high class, and Bucket List Mob is definitely high class stuff.
You got it.
All right. Well, big shout out to Howard's. Thanks to them for sponsoring the community segment here on the news. I think this is probably one of my favorite things because we have it's just stuff from everywhere in the drag and drive community. It's just all over the place. We can talk about whatever we want here. So thanks to Howard's for doing that.
Yep. And as we load in here to the last segment of the day, Racing Junk Classifieds, one of my favorite segments of the show. Listen, Racing Junk is the official buy-sell partner of Drag Drive Repeat. Racing Junk is your go-to destination for everything from race cars to trailers, engines, and more. And listen, they put together a complete segment just for us on the Racing Junk page. Drag and Drive section has 37 cars in it right now.
That's awesome. It's been kind of hovering around that. And what's cool is every time I go in there and look, there's always new stuff. So that tells me stuff is selling from it. So Drag and Drive is hot, man.
Yep. So I'm going to show you what I got today. We've got two cars that are similar yet very different. All right.
Bring it on.
First one here, 1968 Camaro SS twin turbo drag and drive, $230,000 on this thing.
Son, hey, Ben Franklin said it best. You can't race a house.
Yeah. So if anybody is doing some Christmas shopping for me, I wear a 68 Camaro drag and drive.
Yeah.
Wow. This one is in Orlando, Florida. So, if you don't have your car ready in 10 weeks and you have an abundance of cash sitting around, go pick this up. This thing is pretty sick. Beautiful car.
Arrive and drive. Just fly in, go ahead and pay them, fly in, get the car you're ready. I bet Justin Chestnut would store that for you.
Yeah. Look at that. That is
wow.
Beautiful car. Full interior. You can see the Motion Raceworks steering wheel in there. I have a feeling this one hasn't been driven a ton, but jumping through here, it is a 68 Camaro drag and drive ASAG show car, very high quality, crafted by, is that Payne Performance? Yeah, just beautiful GM blue metallic paint. It was a rotisserie resto. It's got a Scott Shafroff.
Oh, Shafroff, yep.
Okay, high boost 588, big block with twin 88 turbos. Upgraded Cali's crank and rods, Jessel shaft rockers, billet intake, 2 rows of 180-pound injectors, Fuel Tech 600 system, 3 fuel pumps,
Yeah,
M&M Turbo 400, reed case, dump valves, custom-built turbo stall converter, hub dynoed at 1,931 horsepower on E85.
son.
Yes. Detroit Speed rear suspension, Menser shocks, 275 radials, Smith racecraft front end, complete new factory interior with a stereo system,
Dude.
and certified 850 chromoly cage. At 1,900 horsepower, I think you probably got to turn it down to stick to the 850s, but
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, very, very cool car. Very, very nice.
Man.
A little out of my price range, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, very, very nice.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's an awesome car.
So now something that's a little more my price range. We'll switch over. We got an 88 Camaro. So like I said, similar but different. This one's only 35,000. This one is in New Middleton, Ohio. So I mean, who doesn't like a nice third gen?
Yeah. Big cow hood and stuff. Good color too.
Yep. Nice kind of like maroon or burnt orange.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's got tons of pictures. It's caged. Got some different
Dude,
looking seats
some
in there.
factory seats. What are those out of? Go back to those.
I don't know.
Seats.
Did you see those?
Surely those aren't Camaro seats.
Yeah,
Grand
I
Am
don't know.
seats, maybe.
I don't know my third gens too well, but I don't know. I don't know that I've seen those in one before. So again, pretty slick car here. This one is an 88 Camaro with a built L33 5.3 with a turbo cam, all forged internals, ARP bolts, heads milled 12 thou, comp cams, push rods. Had a turbo on it, but was removed. Obviously, you could put one of those back on. Probably need to.
I'm gonna need to. Yeah.
Turbo 400 with a trans brake, 4,500 stall converter, fabricated Ford 9 rear end with 373 gears, has a small 6 or 8 point swing out bars on the doors, QA1 coilovers, coilover adjustable rear shocks, 2 fuel pumps in 1 in tank and 1 in line. So again, all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Pretty slick though. So this one's another one you could probably just go pick up and take to your next event. Again, New Middleton, Ohio, 88 Camaro, 35,000.
Oh wow. Aaron Roberts here says genuine 84 Z28 seats.
Really?
Man, that just those are ugly. Robert Voss, save some cousins for the rest of us. Yeah, you pull up to that thing at the family reunion, you're gonna be beating them off with a stick.
Well, those are my finds for this week on Racing Junk. Appreciate Racing Junk for putting that section together for us. Just a place for everybody to post their drag and drive vehicles for sale, and gives us something to feature here every weekend on the Drag Drive Repeat News.
Yep. Well, cool. We'll send us out, dude.
All right. Once again, appreciate all of our race car friends here on a Sunday morning, a little change of pace, but still tons of people in here commenting, tons of people watching. Again, appreciate each and every one of you. And for those race car friends that are going to be at PRI, can't wait to see you guys. And like Mike said, we have a huge announcement that I can't wait to tell everybody about. And again, our sponsors, they make all of this possible. They make PRI possible. They make all the events possible that we attended this year. So again, holiday season, do your shopping. If you can, check out these companies: Summit Racing Equipment, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cam, J-Wire Solution, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmission, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Again, everybody enjoy your Sunday and appreciate everybody tuning in. We will see you guys on Wednesday night.
Yeah, episode 131 with Rye Klemp from Southeast Street Meet. We're going to be telling stories. It's going to be awesome. Tom Bagley here. Great comment to leave us on. Thanks, gents, for doing this almost every week. 80 plus live streams this year of nothing but drag and drive content. It's been awesome. All right, see you guys.